What up, everybody? This is your Cosmic Homegirl, and I'm doing a forecast of the cosmic weather for the week that begins January 26th of 2020. So from January 26th until February 2nd is what I'm covering. So we're already getting into the second month of the year. It's like flying already. 2020 is already like whizzing past us. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget that I do have 2020 horoscopes available on my website for your sign, to let you know how this year is going to go for you based on your sign, your rising sign being the most accurate. Sun sign is very accurate as well. Moon sign can tell you things that are going to go on in your personal life, how you will be personally and emotionally affected by this year. There's a lot going on this year. Mercury goes retrograde, of course, like it does every year. 3 times this year, but also it goes retrograde in the water signs again, like it did last year. Super emo. And also Venus and Mars both go retrograde this year too. And then we've got eclipses like we do every year. Just a lot of big changes going on. So if you want to know how all of that affects your sign, I do go into detail in these forecasts. So just hit my website, indigomoonastrology.com, and go to the horoscopes page. Okay, so let's see, what is the weather like this week for all of us, because this is general for everybody. This is what the energy is like that's floating around out there. So we start off on the 26th. We have the moon is still in Aquarius for most of the day, and then it ends up going into Pisces. Oh my gosh, I talked about this last week excuse me, because I do cover like Sunday to Sunday, you know what I'm saying? So like I did talk about this last week though, how Sunday, wait, the 26th is Sunday, right? Yeah. All right, how Sunday the 26th, the moon is in Pisces. It joins Venus and Neptune together in Pisces. So what a day for like romance, if you do have a boo or, you know, somebody to spend time with or whatever. It's really good romantic energy. It's like one of escapism and fantasy, and it's just really romantic. Like if only Venus and Neptune were together on Valentine's Day. I am going to give you guys a Valentine's Day forecast as the weeks progress, but to see like what's the mood and what's the air going to be, you know? You know what, now I'm curious. Let's just kind of take a peek ahead, because I like to do that. Where's the moon gonna be at on Valentine? It's gonna be in Scorpio. Ooh, Lord have mercy. We are gonna spend Valentine's Day under a Scorpio moon, hunty. Wow, I'm actually looking forward to that. If I actually have a date on that day, ooh, super romantic. Yo, where's Venus? Venus gonna be in Aries. That's hot. Mars still in Sag. Ooh, lots of fire. Okay, all right, that's just looking ahead a little too far. When that day comes though, you guys know that week I will be covering Valentine's Day in detail to let you guys know what the mood is like. But it looks pretty fiery and passionate to me. Ooh, I'm crossing my fingers. Maybe I'll get asked out on a date, you know, who knows, we'll see. But anyway, I digress. Let's jump back into time. We are under a lot of Aquarius energy right now, and Aquarius is the sign of the future. So and right now the sun in Aquarius is making an aspect to Uranus, which is all about looking into the future as well. So, you know, I'm just kind of in that mood. My bad. But anyway, jumping back to January 26th though. The moon and Venus and Neptune are all in Pisces, very dreamy, very like, this could be a day where people want to sleep in and be lazy too though, not necessarily participate with the rest of the world is doing, not really want to leave the house. The Neptune and Pisces rule movies and music and video games, so people may just want to just spend the day doing that if they're not sleeping, just looking into stuff like that and just escaping reality. But yes, it's romantic energy. It is a Sunday, you know, a Sunday evening or whatever. So I mean, if you have somebody to spend that Sunday evening with, yes, it's beautiful energy, Netflix and chill energy, or go off on your own little adventure somewhere, maybe by a body of water type of a vibe, or take a bath, or, you know, a hot tub or something together type of a vibe. So a shower, something. Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know where my mind is these days. But I am a Scorpio rising, so you know what I'm saying. But anyway, so really good day for that, for relaxation, escapism, whether you're single, whether you are alone, whether you're with somebody. This could be a day where people may be prone to drink heavily, like more alcohol, escape through like drugs also, you know, just gotta say it, gotta throw it out there. Yeah, because also we have Mars square Neptune. Mars is a planet of action, and it's being challenged by Neptune because, yeah, see, it moves into the 16th degree that day, and Neptune is also at 16 degrees, and so is Venus. So while Mars is squaring Venus, it's also squaring Neptune. So there could be a challenge that day with like Mars and Mars alone wants to just jump out and do stuff, right? Especially when it's in a fire sign like Sag, it really wants to get out and escape and do stuff. This can be really, truly a day of escapism in multiple ways, either through the mind or actually getting out and taking some action to do stuff, because Sagittarius is an escapist sign too. It doesn't like to stay in one spot for too long. It gets bored easily and just wants to, you know, gallop off. It's half human, half horse, you know, is the symbol for Sag. So you just want to gallop off to the next adventure and just escape all the boring, mundane of everyday life. So this could be a really good day for travel and adventure, whether locally or at a distance. But yeah, you can be challenged with like staying in one spot. You may be very hot and cold with your energy levels because this is cold. This is like Moon and Venus and Neptune and Pisces. You just want to chill out. But Mars and Sag wants to get out. So it's like, back and forth between, do I want to get out or do I want to chill? Do I want to sleep or do I want to get up and run? You know what I'm saying? So that could be like an up and down energy on the 26th. Mars and Venus squaring each other, as I talked about last week, it can bring tension between the masculine and feminine energies, either within yourself, because we all have both to some degree and in different levels. And also, if you embody more of a masculine energy or feminine, you can be challenged by your opposite, or you feel annoyed by your opposite on this day, like extra, because it's like an exact square, like 16 and 1 degree and 16 and 0. It's very, very close. And yeah, Neptune's at the 16th degree too. So Mars square Neptune can also make people really want to take action, but then their drive just kind of disintegrates because Neptune dissolves. And it makes you just want to just float and do nothing. Just be a couch surfing hippie, like not wanting to take action or have any responsibilities. Mars and Sag doesn't like responsibility either. But this could be a day, yeah, to where you struggle with getting anything off the ground that you would like to achieve or accomplish, or any type of movement that you would like to do. It's not really a good day, excuse me, a good day to go to the gym, for example, because like I said, Neptune dissolves, Mars is action, so it's a dissolving of your drive to take action, physical drive as well. So much I could say about the square, the conjunction with these two. So you know, a lot of us may have a lot of ideas for things we want to get out there and do, and feel like we have the motivation to do it, but then that can just quickly just dissipate, you know, just disappear and fade off and say, oh, you know, I'm just gonna laze around and do nothing. A lot of people may just be getting extra high on this day, you know what I'm saying? But if you are using any recreational drugs, I will say to be careful, because this here, Mars square Neptune and also Venus conjunct Neptune, and then the Moon in Pisces, that can make people kind of lose control and go overboard with escapism. Like you're not paying attention to the boundaries, to the consequences of anything on this day. But as a Pisces moon, I would say this is just, I'm going to say it again, this is just a really dope day for chilling with somebody. I may try to make some plans on that day. You know what I'm saying? To just like float in this romantic zone with somebody, you know. But we'll see what happens. Anyhow, Yeah, so that is the 26th, the main events of that day. Be careful driving because Mars is physical movement. Be careful with any physical movement because Mars and Neptune squares can make people get lost easily and also lose track of like where they're going, like when they're driving, their actions when they're driving. Just kind of, if you look at your phone when you drive, you can look at it a little too extra hard, like for a longer period of time than usual, and just lose yourself in something else, you know, other than focusing on the road and your sense of direction, which is Mars. Okay. And also, if you're a careful driver, just be aware of people around you. They may be more in la la land, especially on this day, on the 26th. So what else is cracking? So on the next day, which is the 27th, well, Venus is exactly conjunct Neptune on the 27th. So this is at the time. And once again, I'm on the US. I'm in the US on the West Coast, so it's like around like noon, 1 p.m., you know. But in other parts of the world, it may be like the evening or whatever. But it looks like this is around the exact time, 12:56 p.m. Pacific time. I think I'm still on Pacific. I don't know. Yeah, but it may be different where you're at. Check your time zones. But this is exact, and this is a Monday, which sucks. Like if you have to work that day, you'll really be in la la land. And look, Mars is still square Neptune, coming to an exact square on that day too. So some people may call off because they just don't feel like going in. They just want to zone off and zone out, you know. And Venus represents enjoyment. It's not just romance, but it's enjoyment. It's things that you do for leisure that make you feel good, you know. So Neptune is fantasy, and you'll just want to zone out into whatever makes you feel good on this day. And then the moon is in Pisces too, and the moon is our mood. So our mood is still very Piscean as well. And eventually the moon will meet. It's more towards the nighttime where I'm at, and then it could be like into the next day, into the 28th, to where the moon exactly meets Neptune and Venus. Yeah, it's like in the middle of the night where I'm at in the US. Middle of the night, early morning. Yeah, moon and Neptune together with Venus. That's very dreamy. So your dreams could be like super lit up with like romance or some sort of weird fantasy the night of the 27th through the 28th of January. Just if anybody ends up having some crazy dreams, like let me know. Because remember, Neptune and Pisces, they rule like movies and stuff, like visualizations. And also this is a very psychic energy. I don't always like to use the word psychic because it just gets such a bad rep, you know, but it is being in tune, like the fork, the trident of Neptune. Like just imagine it having the ability to tune into and send out like beams of like messages intuitively to people, and to also receive like an antenna. Like I always say, this looks like it's some sort of weird antenna. Also, it can transmit and receive information, stuff that's unspoken. We don't speak with words, but we are speaking still energetically and in our minds, in our heads. So if you want to send out any type of prayers, because Neptune and Pisces rule the spirit realm, then this is definitely a good night to just really send your prayers and affirmations out there into the universe and towards whomever or whatever other entities you believe in, or you know, a higher source, a higher power. If you believe that you have spirit guides, or you believe in angels, or you believe in just a higher source, and whatever you call that source, this is a time where your prayers will be heard extra loud and clear under stuff like this, especially if it has to do with things that are Venus related, like love or money. Just put them out there. Put your wishes, your hopes, your desires out there. Do some manifestation work, you know, if you know any techniques to do that, like any extra things, like using materials to do that or whatever. Or just put them out there, write them down, send them off, or just speak them into existence. Excuse me, this is very beautiful for that. But yes, if you're sleeping at that time, your dreams could be lit up with romance, fantasy, creativity. Venus is creativity as well, and so is Neptune, and so is Pisces energy. So the 26th, 27th, 28th, if you're any type of artist, doesn't matter what type of art you do, these are really good days to where your art could be on point, boy. Like, you could really come up with some dope ideas, and especially because we have energy in the sign of Aquarius hanging out too. And Aquarius is very innovative. It's very much about originality and uniqueness and individuality, and just flashes of insight into things and ideas that are like out there, you know, outside the box. So this energy of the Sun and Mercury in Aquarius, and then all this stuff hanging out in Pisces, wonderful days for artists. I'll say the 25th too, you know, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, like beautiful days for art. So you may just randomly come up with, if you write songs or you write poetry. I know you guys know I'm a hopeless romantic Pisces moon, and I have Venus in Taurus, and I will be definitely writing poetry that night. I'm sure the poems, these aspects are building up already, and the poetry has already been creeping up on me. So I'm pretty sure I'll be putting out some dreamy romantic stuff. If any of you guys are into that stuff, I do put it out on my Instagram in the stories, and sometimes I'll post them like on my feed or whatever on Instagram. So if you're into poetry and sappy romantic shit like that, like my Pisces moon just spits that stuff out under Neptune transits, heavy Neptune transits. So check it out if you want. But if you are a dancer, if you are someone who paints, who draws, whatever, you probably, if you are in the area of the world that I am, and this is late at night, you probably won't be able to sleep because you have so many creative ideas coming to you, and you'll just want to do your art, you know. And also, I would say that Mars square Neptune, even though it's a challenging aspect, which is labeled quote unquote negative, this is still movement combined with fantasy and art. So if you are a performing artist, meaning you move your body in any type of way to do any type of art, this is still beautiful energy for you, you know, to do your best. Or if you're not an artiste, but you love art, you love movies, you love music, you'll be super like into all that stuff hardcore on these days. All right, so what I would say also about Moon, Venus, and Neptune together is people may tap more into little victimization, you know, like the victim savior roles, wanting to save people and also being a victim. Oh my gosh, this is way too real. Like under a Venus and Neptune transit, and then the moon too. The moon is emotions, so people can really be giving out those sob stories and talking about times where they were victimized and they were in this emotional turmoil and stuff like that, or like wanting someone to save them because, oh my god, I'm just drowning in life. As a Pisces moon, and this is building as I'm recording this, I really have had to catch myself because I have been like having my moments of being like, oh my gosh, but it's nothing that's not legit. Like, it's legit shit that I'm going through, but normally I have a tough exterior with being a Taurus and a Scorpio, and I can hide it well, and I don't talk about it. I suffer in silence, you know what I'm saying? But like, this aspect building has made me cry to my closest people, like, oh my god, they just don't care, and then, oh my god, I'm going through this, and it hurt just so much. So I have caught myself in those moments, but also I've caught myself in the savior role too, with somebody that is close to me. You know, they said that they were sick, they had a little cold or whatever, and I found myself like just wanting to do nothing but take care of them and baby them, like, oh my god, let me be your nurse. Because Pisces is one of the signs that can rule nursing, being a nurse, caring for people, saving people. And I just found myself like, you know, checking up on them every day, like, oh my god, are you okay? And like, is there anything I could do for you? I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, I really fell into that, and I had to just like catch myself, like, I might be being a little too much right now. I'm sure if they needed me, they would let me know, so I have to chill on that. But yeah, it's going to be even stronger on these days though. to where you'll either want to be rescued or saved. If anybody is an old school rap fan, and especially West Coast rap, and you remember E40, Captain Save-A-Ho, I want to be saved. Yes. Some people might be playing that role, you know, either wanting Captain Save-A-Ho to save him, or be like, I need to be saved, buy me this, buy me that, oh my god. So anyway, that is the 28th. But yes, dreams will be crazy on this day. This is beautiful energy to me. Just don't lose yourself in anything or anyone, or fall victim to sob stories or deception, because I forgot to mention, I always tell you guys about these mutable squares now, these mutable aspects that are the hard ones, the conjunctions, the squares, oppositions. A lot of times they can lead to thievery, like people just crossing the boundaries, because Neptune and Pisces know no boundaries, right? Which can be cool for a lot of things, but Venus rules your material world, like material items and money. So there could be some people that are shady, just doing some shady shit, and just, you know, not seeing the boundaries between themselves and your property, and not respecting your boundaries. So people can, there's higher like spikes in levels of in cases of like theft under mutable squares. So just protect everything that you have, like protect all of your, you know, your material things, even your car. Cars, I would say, can be Venus too, because it's an asset, it's an item that you possess, a possession of yours, right? That you pay money for. It's valuable to you. So that could be Venus. So protect your cars. Lock up your house, hide your dog, hide your cat, hide your turtle, hide your life. Protect your life. Put alarms on everything. You know, over the weekend, you know, the 25th, 26th, and especially 27th, 28th, this whole upcoming week, you guys, seriously, put extra security on your assets. All right. Okay. Enough about that. So, actually the rest of the week is, I would say, pretty chill. There's not too many other like newer things happening in the sky, except for the moon phases, because you know the moon changes signs every 2 to 2.5 days. But we'll still have all this stuff popping off. Venus and Mars square, Venus conjunct Neptune. Even over the next couple days, on the 29th, the moon moves into Aries. Where's she at? There she is. Yeah, it's like the wee hours of the day. The moon shifts into Aries. It gets out of dreamy Pisces, making us lazy and sleepy or whatever, and just chilling. And then it jumps into Aries, and it's like, whoa, hey, we gotta get some stuff done. Oh my gosh, I'm being lazy. I need to be early. I need to be first. I need to, you know, go to the gym. I need to punch the air. I need to do all this stuff. You know, that's moon in Aries. But since Chiron is like a slow moving asteroid, it stays in a sign for a hot minute. It's been in Aries for a while, since I think it's been in and out, dipped in and out of Aries since I think like the end of 2018, I want to say 2019. But Chiron is in Aries, and the moon encounters Chiron every month. So this is not like a new phenomenon, but every month when the moon comes into a conjunction with Chiron rules like a soft spot that you have, like a bruise on your heart and your soul and your mind, like where you've been hurt before. And, you know, wounds could be reopened when something hits Chiron, either in your chart, your Chiron, or even transiting in the sky. And the moon is emotions and moods. So moon conjunct Chiron in Aries, this could be, even though it's like the wee hours of the morning or the day or whatever, like this could be like you being very sensitive, extra sensitive about Aries, like things like Aries rules the self, you, yourself, and your people, and what you consider to be something that represents your identity. So people could be like mad sensitive about that for the first part of the day, or remembering the times when they were victimized. This is another transit that can do that. The times where you were hurt, and you know, this can kind of just reopen some wounds. Just a fair warning. But yeah, the moon is in Aries for the next couple of days, the 29th, the 30th. It shifts on the 31st. But while the moon is in Aries, it's really good days to get things done. It adds a little more fire in the sky because we did have all this stuff in Pisces, which could be super lazy, just being honest. Mars is being affected by Neptune, which can slow Mars down and slow our drive and our energy levels down. But then the moon gets into Aries, there's more fire, it makes an aspect to Mars. So, it makes us more able to snap out of the fog of being aspected by Neptune and just jump into whatever actions we need to take, whether that's like working out, doing some physical stuff, moving things around, any activities that we need to do. Aries is like very like, come on, let's do this, let's do that. It's very active sign. Moon in Aries days, people could be a little extra angry, and it could show in whatever they're doing, even if they're driving, especially. I notice people do drive a little more like assholes when the moon is in Aries, and people who have like cars and other vehicles that like make a lot of loud noise with their exhaust and a bunch of annoying stuff like that, they usually rev up their engines more, make their car make all that like noise, like whatever they do. I don't know, I don't really care about stuff like that. Or if they have a muscle car, they want to show it off and try to race people and stuff like that, whatever. Or if people have a motorcycle, they want to drive extra fast when the moon is in the Aries. Or people will be impatient when they're driving and honking, all annoying. What else? Yeah, when the moon's in Aries, you just want to get to where you got to go. You don't want anyone to be in your way, and if they are, you get highly pissed and you'll probably be more bold to say something or do something. What else about moon in Aries days? Yeah, they're just good to be active and to just get things done. And it's kind of a restless energy too, but it's very determined, very determined energy. Our tempers could be shorter, and people could be wearing red more on that day and a little more red in the face, being a little angry or whatever. Okay. So on the 31st, the moon moves into Taurus, where it stays for the next couple days. I think it stays until like the wee hours of the 2nd of February or something. Let's see. Yeah. So the moon shifts into Taurus. Looks like the evening of the 31st, or it could be into February 1st if you live more east in the eastern part of the world. But moon in Taurus days, they are normally super chill, very chill, very cozy, very comfy, very like, I just want to, it's another moon transit that's very much about Netflix and chill and just have like some fresh baked cookies. Oh my God, I'm a Taurus and that just sounds so bomb. I got some plans for the 31st, y'all, and they include baking some damn cookies or something because that just sounds so good. But having some milk and cookies, you know what I mean? Like Bernie Mac stand up. But anyway, the moon in Taurus days, people are generally very chill, very calm, maybe lazy, don't really want to do much, maybe not even leave the house. Who knows? But when the moon first slips into Taurus, it encounters Uranus, and this is going to happen every month until like 2026. Okay. So it's not a new phenomenon, but it will encounter Uranus, which rules nervous activity, lightning and electricity, and just buzzing with energy. So, this can make people have a little bit more anxiety when our moods are with Uranus. This can make us like kind of do shocking and weird and surprising things. We may be more in a mood to just do our own thing, be an individual, and say whatever, I do what I want. Yeah, so that's moon and Uranus. But once it passes Uranus, the next day, like February 1st, it'll be away from Uranus and it'll be just cruising and coasting through the sign of Taurus. So that weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is a moon in Taurus weekend. So very chill energy. People their cravings are higher when the moon's in Taurus. If you go grocery shopping, it's harder to stick to your list because everything just looks and sounds and smells so freaking delicious when the moon is in Taurus, and you'll just crave everything. And also Taurus energy can be very very like, I'm buying things because I just enjoy them, or I'm buying things just in case, or I'm buying things for the sake of buying, because Taurus rules money and the material world. So that's why I say grocery shopping on those days is not the best idea unless you just have money to blow. Okay. Yeah, moon and Taurus days are very good for cooking, baking. You'll just, everything, you're all, Taurus rules the five senses, so your five senses just come so much more alive when we have this moon phase. It doesn't matter if you're a Taurus or not, like, this is, you know, the collective mood or whatever. And yeah, it looks like the moon will make a trine aspect to Jupiter, so that can really increase our appetites and our desires for things that are appealing to our senses, you know. And then finally, on the 2nd of February, everything else is still popping. Venus is still squaring Mars. Mars is still squaring Neptune. Venus is still, it's moving away from Neptune, but it's still close enough, you know, to be affected by it. So it's still very dreamy, romantic, getting lost energy over the weekend of, you know, the 31st, the 1st, and the 2nd. And then we have a very chill moon in Taurus, so it can still be a very chill weekend. Mercury is at the 29th degree of Aquarius, and I always tell you guys about the 29th degree. It can make you feel like you're on the edge, or like something is on the verge of shifting and changing. It's very subtle because we have this happen all the time. Like constantly, you know, things moving up to the 29th degree. So it's not, like I keep saying, it's not like some huge phenomenon or anything, but still, Mercury being at 29 degrees of Aquarius can have you kind of restless, because Mercury rules our mind and our thinking. So you could have like a very restless mind, thinking about a lot of different stuff, like conspiracy theories, like Aquarian stuff, thinking about the future, thinking about, you know, the environment, the government, or like the state of humanity. Just, I don't know, just very concerned about things, concerned about your friends. Aquarian energy can rule gathering with friends, or just friends in general. You could be just like super extra, like up late, like with your mind just buzzing with ideas. Also, like I said, Aquarian energy is very inventive, innovative, creative. So yeah, just a restless mind, but your body will want to relax with this Pisces energy and this Taurus energy. You'll just want to chill, you know. So once again, it'll be like a back and forth between being very chill and very like subtle, and also like, oh, I just want to do stuff, which is, you know, the Sag energy and the Aquarius energy popping off. Okay. But yeah, that is the week of the 26th of January through February 2nd of 2020. And I know I've messed up a couple times posting things on my IG stories, and I've still put 2019. My bad. It's still a new year, and I am still a human, or at least partial human. Okay, so please forgive me for that, but you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. So anyway, that's it, you guys. And don't forget, if you want to know how 2020 is going to go for you based on your sign, hit my website, indigomoonAstrology.com, horoscopes page. I still have January horoscopes available if you want to know how the new moon in Aquarius is going to affect you, or you know, even just kind of look back and see what my insights were for the month. But after January, I will not be doing the monthlies for a minute, maybe not for too long, but I won't do the monthlies just for a little while. But if you do want further insight into the whole year, here it is. Just pick your sign and get a detailed video. But monthly stuff, just hit my IG, and whenever I can post stuff in my stories about what's going on energetically currently, then I will post them there still. So just follow me on there. It's at Cosmic Homegirl altogether. But yeah, you guys, I hope you have a great week, and enjoy all the dreamy Neptunian energy in the air. Just don't be shady though. All right, so I'll see you guys in my next video next week. All right, peace.